Kenya's electoral body IEBC will later this week meet President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga or their representatives to iron out contentious issues ahead of the repeat presidential election. But what electoral lessons did IEBC learn from the Supreme Court decision, and what structural weaknesses does the Commission need to address before the October 26th repeat poll? Our political affairs reporter Murimi Mwangi now takes a closer look.
Touted in political and diplomatic circles as the recent boldest verdict by an African jury, the Supreme Court ruling nullifying President Uhuru Kenyatta's re-election also set new precedents in the conduct of elections in Kenya.
And the IEBC is not going to run away from it because the court has spoken very loudly that they cannot conduct any other election except an election held and conducted within the provisions of the Constitution.
I think that begins with a better training of presiding officers. You know, presiding officers are normally employed 1-2 weeks before the election. So maybe they are not trained adequately.
Electoral body IEBC will on Wednesday meet President Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga or their representatives to discuss reforms at IEBC before the repeat poll. Among these is the fate of Dubai-based firm Al Ghurair that printed the August 8th ballot papers, the fate of French firm Safran Mofo that supplied the integrated election management system that transmitted the disputed presidential result, and Odinga's boycott threat if key IEBC staffers don't exit before the repeat poll.
If they are not ready for the election and they don't want to participate, is to go back to the Supreme Court and ask for the interpretation of that court order.
The reason we have to change those officials is because they failed to follow the law in the first place. And if they are not changed, despite the law being good, they might refuse to follow it again, and we'll end up exactly where we are.
But as the IEBC diagonizes its electoral shortcomings, a fierce infighting at the Commission, captured in two recently leaked memos, point to what could be IEBC's key element: suspicion within the Commission in the crackdown on those responsible for bungling the nullified poll.
Chebukati has not taken his role as chair seriously. He should read the Riot Act. The minute he says something is wrong, you cannot be second-guessed by anybody, including a commissioner.
It's worth noting that the new commissioners only took office 7 months ago without any changes made to the secretariat. To protect the integrity of the sovereign will of the Kenyan people, the Commission intends to make internal changes to our personnel.
Article 11A of the IEBC Act requires the Secretariat to perform the day-to-day administrative functions of the Commission, while the chairman and the other commissioners provide oversight, meaning Chiloba's team will have to advise on the contentious Al Ghurair and Safran Mofo contracts with the IEBC. But the final decision on the participation of the two companies in the repeat poll will have to come from Chebukati. But NASA wants both Chiloba and Chebukati out of the way before the repeat poll.
IEBC is an independent institution and it cannot act or behave under the direction of any person or any group of people.
The problem we have is we don't have incompetent commission, secretariat, but a secretariat that refuses to do its work according to the law.
With NASA's demand for irreducible minimum electoral reform and the DPP's order to IEBC to smoke out all the rogue members of staff, the Chebukati-led team no doubt has some explaining to do as it prepares to meet the Jubilee NASA representatives later in the week. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.